In the heart of Ogudu, tucked between the bustle of city life and the silence of old secrets, stood a house. Painted white with high fences and a blooming hibiscus tree in front, it looked like the perfect place to live. But the locals whispered about it. They said the house was cursed, that no tenants stayed long, that some left in body bags, others not at all. Still, Amara didn't believe in superstitions. At 27, she had struggled too long in Lagos. No job, no family, no peace. So, when she found a fully furnished two-bedroom flat for a price far cheaper than anything around, she jumped on it. The landlord, an old quiet man named Mr. Oluma, barely looked her in the eye when handing over the keys. "There's one rule," he said, his voice gravelly. "Don't open the last room upstairs. Whatever you hear, whatever you see, ignore it. Sleep." Amara blinked. "Why?" "Because I said so," he replied, then turned and walked away. That first night, the house creaked like bones under weight. At midnight, Amara woke to 3 soft knocks. "Knock ta ota! Knock, knock!" They came from above, from the forbidden room. She lay still in bed, heart racing, until the whispers started. "You're not supposed to be here." Amara sat up. The voice was faint, childlike, female. "Who's there?" she called. Silence. Then another knock. She didn't sleep again that night. The next morning, she visited the neighbor next door. Mama Chinwe, a wrinkled widow with sharp eyes and a memory long as the Nile. "You moved in there?" she asked, her face falling. "Chai, the house is cursed, oh?" Amara scoffed. "Why?" Mama Chinwe sighed. "Long ago, the landlord's only daughter, Ada, got pregnant by a poor mechanic. Her father, proud and wicked, forbade the relationship. Locked her in that room to keep her away." Amara leaned in. "And?" "She died there, screaming. No one saw her body. The day after her death, her mother hung herself in the kitchen. Since then, that house? Nobody lasts. People run mad, some disappear. And that room, anyone who opens it is marked." Back home, Amara tried to ignore the fear crawling under her skin. But things got worse. The whispers returned. The knocks grew louder. The door upstairs trembled at night, like something behind it wanted out. On the third night, the mirror in her room cracked, at exactly 2:13 a.m. Then she found it, a small leather-bound diary, hidden behind a broken tile in the bathroom. It was Ada's. Day 45. "He says no one will love me again, that I brought shame, but I will not die here. I curse him. This house will never know peace. Day 60. The baby kicks. He won't let me out. I see shadows now. They call me." Amara's hands shook as she turned the last page. Day 72. "I am ready. If I die, let this house die with me." By the 5th night, Amara wasn't herself anymore. She spoke in a different voice. She laughed at things that weren't funny. She stood at the base of the staircase for hours, just staring at the locked door. When she looked in the mirror, sometimes she saw a pregnant woman in white, standing behind her. One night, she woke to find her hands holding a kitchen knife she didn't remember picking up. That was when she knew. It wasn't just fear. Something was taking over. She confronted Mr. Olama the next morning. "I know about your daughter," she hissed. "I read her diary." The old man fell to his knees. "I thought if I sealed the room, if I locked her spirit, she would rest." Amara stepped back. "She's not resting. She's waiting." Desperate, she called a traditional priest from Ibadan, Baba Kure. He came with cowries, feathers, chalk, and chants. "This house was built on a grave," he said, pacing. "And the spirit is not at rest. The father must confess, or blood must spill." Mr. Olama refused. I will not dishonor my name. That night the door opened on its own. Amara was pulled in. She screamed as cold hands gripped her ankles and dragged her across the floor. The walls bled. Candles floated. The name ADA was etched in fire on the ceiling. Inside the room was a shrine, a moldy mattress, rusted chains, and a baby's doll, its eyes missing. Then she saw her, Ada, pale, pregnant, wrapped in a white cloth, beads around her neck, her belly full, and eyes hollow. She spoke, her voice a whisper and a wail. He must pay. He must pay with blood. Mr. Oluma, shaking, stepped inside for the first time in 25 years. He knelt on the floor, tears flowing. Forgive me, Ada. I was wrong. Ada's ghost hovered above him, face twisted with rage. Too late, she growled. Your blood for mine. The lights flickered. The ground shook. A scream echoed through the night. And then silence. The next morning, neighbors found the house reduced to ash. Firefighters couldn't explain the blaze. Mr. Oluma was gone. No remains found. Amara was discovered lying near the hibiscus tree. Alive, but with a scar on her belly that hadn't been there before. She left the town the next day and never returned. But the story didn't end there. A year later, a new building was erected on the land. A sleek real estate agent came to take photos for the listing. As he smiled into the camera, a whisper drifted through the air. You shouldn't have come back. The end.